Hey everybody, welcome back to Shadows over Loathing. Came back here to exchange partners here. Hi Obi, enjoying yourself? Sure am. Oh, this joint has a swinging groove. Now, last time I was confused about what was going on with that Mobius ring. Off camera, I figured it out, and I tried to record it, but I had run out of space. So, yeah, it was a little too late. You had to continue wandering around Crystal Dream Lake until you found yourself and tried to give yourself the ring. It won't come off. But you know you have to give yourself the ring. So there's got to be a way to get it off. And we will do that. Eventually. Hey, doll, let's chew the fat a bit. Okie dokie. Doll, we got time for me to take a little detour? It occurs to me there's an old shack I used to squat in out this way. Ain't been back there in a dog's age, and there's something I left there I ought to get. Oh, what is it? Nothing worth going into detail on. Just a reminder of a bum deal I made back when I was an up-and-comer. Sold something I shouldn't have. That's always rough. When I went up to college, I sold all my old comic books. I wish I still had those. This, ain't in the same category of thing, but sure. Okay, I'll wait here. Oh, there she is. Can't believe you spent as much time living here as you did. If you call it living. Also, you can't believe this place is still standing, to be honest. It's just kind of stuck around like a bad penny. Trying to keep a campfire lit in this swamp is like trying to teach a dog how to whistle. Funny, this lamp never seems to run. This lamp never seems to run out of oil. Funny thing, that. Looks like your old mattress has gone on to its final reward. He's really failed to spruce up the place. Someday you ought to learn to play piano. Not on this one, though. Good old filing cabinet's still here. Let's hope it ain't filled up with water. For wasps. That is bad as new. Obi, old boy, you've done some damn fool things in your time on this green earth, but signing this parchment was your damn foolingest. You grit your teeth. You're gonna have to do something about this. You ain't gonna like doing it. Indeedy do. Guess you got what you came to do. Head back to Blues? Yes. Hey, doll, Obi's back and ready for action. Hey, Obi, how's your walk down memory lane? More like getting rolled in an alley off a memory skirt row, if I'm being honest. Well, we all got our demons, I guess. Oh, you ain't said the half of it. Come on, let's ankle. Let's wander. You there! An excessively jovial man struts out from behind the trees. News these parts, is it? Ever heard of our Mudhenge? I'll bet you didn't know it's actually 1.3 times larger than any comparable henge you'd care to name. What is Mudhenge, good sir? Well, he's already disappeared. Disappeared in the mist. Behind him, through the trees, is Mudhenge. Okay. Let's keep going. What's this? There's a sad sight. Old house abandoned long ago to the swamp, half sunk in the wet muck that passes it in these parts for roads. Might have been a nice family lived in there else one time. Now you look at it. Now you look at it. It's a shame, is all. Let's go inside. Jeepers! There's a bandit shot dead on the floor, right in the foyer. Must have come here looking for treasure. From the look of it, he wasn't the only one. Oh, the stinking death hangs pretty heavy in this place, all right. Holy gosh! Sitting in the room is littered with bodies. 3 more bandits and the entire defensive line of the Ocean City football team. Obvious what happened. Bandits and football players got sold the same line on a buried treasure by some shifty rumor monger. Both groups came here searching for that fortune, ran into each other, and everybody got shot to pieces. Wherever that double dealer who sold this tip is now, he better be smiling. Oh, he's here in the kitchen. Also shot. By a bandit. And a linebacker, looks like. But he got him too. Poor pathetic souls. Now the bedroom. The finish line, and here's who's made it. Quarterback and the wide receiver. You'd figured they'd be on the same side, but they shot each other in the back simultaneously. And there ain't nothing in here but a single jewelry box and a nightstand. Ain't that funny? All that just for a couple of trinkets. Nothing rots a person like greed. Yoink! I mean, honestly, did you expect me not to? You know, I recall there's an old boxcar out this way that bats and hobos camped in from time to time. Check it out, see if anybody's there. Boxcar? In the middle of a swamp? Yeah, beats me. Maybe a train took a wrong turn and got lost. I'm joking. Oh, thank God. Black shape looms into view. At first it's difficult to make out from the silhouette, but it turns out to be a massive shadow brute. It doesn't particularly react to your presence. Perhaps it's facing away, although it's hard to tell. From its movement, it seems to be eating something. Then another shape, a flappy batwing shape, unfurls itself on the brute's shoulder and screeches noiselessly at you. The brute starts to turn around. This could be a tough fight. Whack you in the face, nice and... We turn our attention to you. Piece of cake. You successfully banished that horrible creature back to where it came from. If only that were a little further away. Ooh, Moonshiner's cabin. This rotten stump is crawling with worms, and the worms are crawling within it. It's a ramshackle cabin, or maybe it's a ram cabin shack. This pot has been demoted from soup to chamber. Ugh. A couple of soggy bedrolls. It's full of ashes, but they're cold. Seems like nobody's been here for a while. There's a spare tire leaning against the wall here. The tread pattern on this tire identifies it as a Lincoln, which sounds like an impressive piece of deduction, but honestly the top hat and beard were a dead giveaway. Whoever was here last year left in a hurry. There's still a poker game in progress. You draw 3 cards until you beat all the hands that were left on the table. Then you collect the winnings. A rusty old fire-powered still. You're pretty sure these aren't meant to be operated indoors. There's nothing in this jarro. There's a chaotic mess of animal tracks leading in all directions. You identify several sets of tracks leading away from the cabin. Hey, one of them matches the tread patterns of that spare tire you found. Follow the duck tracks. You follow the duck tracks, which lead you through a lengthy sequence of locations that are zero interest to non-ducks. Go back to the cabin. Follow the horse tracks. You follow the horse tracks to some water, but you don't drink it. I mean, why would you? It's nasty swamp water. Follow the cow tracks. You follow the cow prints to a big hole in the ground next to a which lies a pair of shoes with fake cow hooves nailed to the soles. Huh. Back to the cabin. The human footprints. You follow the human footprints. They lead to, let's call it an improvised latrine a few yards away from the cabin. You decline to investigate further. Follow the cat tracks. You follow the tracks, but after a few minutes they lead up to a tree you're not willing to climb. I guess if I'm being honest, it's really a tree you're not capable of climbing. I was just trying to preserve your dignity. Follow the badger tracks. You start following the badger tracks, but after a few minutes you realize that this course of action might culminate in you encountering an actual badger, so you change your mind. Terrifying animals, just absolutely the worst. Follow the tire tracks. Make sure I started my timer. I did, good. Follow the tire tracks until you lose track of them in the water near a partially submerged cave. Oh, let's check out that cave. No fishing. Disobey. Another one of those gator campsites. Maybe the ones who kidnapped Charles came this way? It's another Gatormen camp, alright. There's 4 more wrenches here. A 31 by 32 inch, a 63 by 64 inch, a 127 by 128 one, and a 255 by 256 one. Charles must carry one heck of a toolbox. The wrenches are laid out in the shape of an arrow pointing toward a nearby hill. On the top of the hill you can see some sort of fortress, apparently hammered together out of rusty scrap metal. It's gotta be where the Gatormen took him. You grab all the wrenches and combine them with the other ones you dropped to complete the set. Turn them to Charles when you find them. This Ford truck has been fitted with Lincoln tires. That's a little ominous. A couple of shady-looking characters furtively skulk in this cave. Hi? Hi. Hello. Who are you guys? We're the Schultz brothers. I'm Clem, and... Shut up, Clem. She might be a pruny. Oh, I ain't Clem. And I ain't Jarvis. Relax, guys. I'm not a prohibition agent. I'm just passing through. Name's Blues. Whew. Well, that's a relief. Sure is. Glad to meet you, Blues. What are you two doing in this weird cave? Got ourselves in the right predicament, is what we done. What happened? Well, me and Jarvis have been brewing up homemade hooch to sell, stashing here in the back of this here cave. We got into the probies were on our trail, so we figured we better cheat. Well, the old 23s could do, you know? I'm to find a pack of them mean lizard varmints got into our hooch and they won't give it back. We were thinking we'd take the loss and blow, but we hit another snag. What kind of snag? I went and locked the keys in the truck. Still don't get what you do a dang fool thing like that for. I told you it ain't like I went and done it on purpose or nothing. I'll see what I can do. These Gatormen have gotten into the Schlitz brothers' stash of hooch. They're popping the bottle caps off with their teeth, guzzling down the contents, and generally having too much of a good time to take notice of you. Approach. They growl at you menacingly, plainly too sauced to just jump up and attack you. On the other hand, if you get too near their booze, that could change in an instant. Wait, what am I looking at here? Oh, have you not seen a Gatorman yet? Sorry, it's hard to keep track. These are the guys Jessica mentioned, and they're pretty much what you expect from the name Gatorman. They're intelligent, upright, walking gators. They have tough skin, scaly skin, lots of teeth, and pissy attitudes about everything that they aren't already eating. They especially hate intruders, and are the second biggest reason that this swamp isn't a popular tourist destination, the first being it's a swamp. In any case, these Gatormen are still growling in your general direction. I could just challenge them to a drinking contest, but I'd rather kill them. rid of that. Let's kill this guy. I don't know why I did that. I can kill him with one shot. I don't need to do that. Get rid of the chef here. Our poor turtle has nothing to do. You on? There's still cases of hooch left. Gator stick, gator punch, nasty pastry, and the turtle grows stronger. Jarvis' clan's huge. Well, what's left of it. You grab a case since you're heading back anyway. Jarvis and Clem can haul the rest themselves. Let's see if we can get into this. Yeah, it's locked alright. You could probably jimmy the door open if you had a coat hanger. In fact, I do. You get the car unlocked, but your coat hanger gets ruined in the process. Shucks. Here you go, gents. Dealt with the gators. You can get your huge, at least what's left of it. Whew. Well, heck, that's great news. Thanks, Missy. I'll get loading the truck in a jiffy. I also unlocked your truck. Well, dang, that's a load off my mind. Thanks, pal. I'm driving this time. Yeah, that's fair. You guys good to go? Sure does. Thanks a million, Missy. You really saved our bacon. And how? I ain't got much to offer you by way of reward, but feel free to grab a crate of hooch as a thank you. Thanks. They quickly load the rest of the hooch into the back of the truck and drive away. Unfortunately, you forgot to pay attention to how they got the truck to that weird tree hole. Oh well, maybe next time. This looks very dangerous. Climb in anyway. We never learn our lessons. It's a diagonal hobo. Although I suppose from your perspective he looks normal. Alright. Sorry I didn't know anyone was living here. I suppose I should stop being surprised by that. That's quite alright. I'm Pepperidge Dufay. Welcome to my humble abode. Thanks, I'm Blues Traveler. Nice boxcar you got here, apart from it being a little, steep. Steep? Oh, yes. I've grown so accustomed to the tilt I hardly notice anymore, apart from when I tried to play marbles. The game must be really going downhill. Yes, quite. Your accent's a little different from most hobos I've met. Well, my family's from old money, you see. How old? Old enough that it all turned to dust. All that remains is our rambling old manor house that I can't afford to maintain. So I decided this would be a splendid opportunity to expand my horizons. The horizon is typically a bit more level. Why are you living in a boxcar in the swamp? Well, to be honest, it's been difficult to part with the old estate. This is as far as I've been able to get to before homesickness has become overwhelming. Oh, how bittersweet. Indeed, I wonder, could you spare the time to help me? What could be done with the place if I had a proper souvenir, especially my father's collection of antique padlocks? And you can't get them yourself because of the memories? It's more a lack of memories. I've forgotten where the keys are. Sure, I'll help you. Thank you. There are 11 locks altogether. Except they won't actually be altogether, will they? I'm afraid not, no. I'll mark your location of the house on your... Is that a sponge? The Dufane house. There's also something I should tell you about the house. Oh good, here it comes. Just wanted to let you know that there aren't any ghosts on the property. There aren't any. That is correct, not a one. My family never suffered any violent or traumatic deaths. Is it something you felt like you had to warn me about? Not really a warning as such, I thought you might like to know. Huh. Well, okay, thanks. I'll be right back with your 11 padlocks. A burly hunter through the mud gives a holler. As he nears, you see he's toting a shotgun under one arm and carrying a pile of gator hides over her shoulder. What are you doing here? Swamp ain't no place for a little lady. Gators eat you alive. Take this. Get yourself a seat on the next bus out. Wow, that's, money for the bus? Fine, fine. Take it, but go on. Okay. Looks like this car was left to rot. Fortunately, it hasn't yet rotted enough for you to get past the locked door. You unlock the car, destroying the hanger in the process. You search the car, it's empty except for the glove box, which turns out to be a key box. The key inside is not a key to the car, and if you have a sense of humor like mine, you'll agree that this is a real shame. You got a padlock key. And there are many more where that came from. This tree has a hole in it. Conveniently, the hole is slightly larger than your hand. Honestly, for what is ostensibly a horror game, we've had too many opportunities for you to stick your hand into a suspicious dark hole. Reach in. You slowly reach inside the dark hole. It's damp and ominous, and then... Aye! You find a key. Sorry, that key wasn't entirely really justified. A padlock key. This door is padlocked. Click, you pop off the lock on the door, unlatches it with an ominous creak. We have a padlock. These cinder blocks are totally waterlogged. Wait a second. One of the blocks is a telltale glow of mana moss infestation. You drain the moss of its glowing juices. Some say that the most powerful tool is a padlock. It's really more the opposite of a tool, though, because it obstructs you rather than facilitates what you're trying to do. Old Newfane never got sick of tires. Workbench covered with tools, all rusted past the point of usefulness, even as bludgeons. Front door of the Newfane is unlocked. Apparently, Mr. Fane's love of padlocks was unrelated to basic home security. Rufus's gadget can be used on this, and that's all we needed. We can take this back to Rufus now. A fancy serving cart. It's one of those serving carts they use in posh hotels and in posh manor houses, apparently, with a big silver platter covered with a dome-shaped lid. The right size to hide a severed head, or a roast of some kind. Look under the dome. You cautiously reach out, grip the handle, then take a deep breath. Slowly you lift the lid, tilting your head to peek underneath. Oh, it's empty. Oh well. A clean and well-lighted corner. Enough fine china to feed an army, if only you get past the padlock, and you're in the command of the world's hoity-toityest military. The oven is full of gross, steamy swamp worms. Ugh. There are many. In Petridge's father's house, there are many drawers. Rifle through them. A dire corn holder, junk mail, battery, and one of the padlocks. More fishing. One of those old fridges that people sometimes got locked into and accidentally asphyxiated. Oh wait, that's still all fridges these days. Maybe that's why it's padlocked. The fridge is empty of both expired food and expired hide-and-seekers. You do find a key inexplicably frozen in a block of ice, though. community has turned most of these dry goods into stale goods. Almost nothing has escaped the moisture. Almost. A can of fruit cocktail. I'm not going to read everything. Basement of the swamp house is predictably completely flooded. You'll need some sort of breathing apparatus if you're going to go down there. Well, wouldn't you know it, I have a breathing apparatus. Oh, it's full of riches, possibly cursed riches. Not that a possible curse is going to stop you from taking them, of course. They do sell for a lot. 1,000 meat each. These are sadly written books. All have titles like Solved Mysteries and Exciting Tales of Non-Violent Crime. A rusty can of your choice. This creepy leek and potato soup is meant to be served cold, because Vichy chefs are traditionally very lazy. It no longer matters whether this machine is hooked up to the water supply or not. Inside, a clammy scarf. It's the second wettest scarf you've ever owned. It's hard to tell how rusty these barrels were before the basement flooded, but it's not important that you know that. Well, no keys down here. Door's padlocked. All died of natural causes. This cat is securely locked. Maybe it's full of deadly poison. The fans use one toilet at a time, just like the rest of us. Doesn't work. Maybe there's something wrong in the tank. Well, here's your problem. There's a key stuck to the float valve hinge flange. This key is wet with what you hope is just regular water. Now we can flush it. Also get our fishing rod. Have ourselves a Provy Peak. A fish zester. Quite powerful if you can get it. This bathtub is full of steaming blood. Oh no, wait. The red light is just coming from the stained glass rose hanging in the bathroom window. That doesn't explain when the water is hot, though. Dropping the key. And that's one bath causes the key to relax and causes the ice to relax, and it drops the key with a grateful sigh. Nice handful of clean water. Handful of dirty water. Don't ask how I'm taking up handfuls of water. Storage padlock, unlock. The toy is disappointingly empty. Not even a BB gun or creepy doll. Maybe the doll's hiding somewhere else. Its nightstand is one drawer and one empty drawer and one locked drawer. And eerie ghostly sounds coming from inside it. A comfortable-looking pillow free of bloodstains or vaguely person-shaped lumps under the blanket. Check under the pillow. Ooh, shiny. Someone must have traded in a key-shaped tooth. Someone has really gone after this key with the key polish. This wardrobe was very important in old houses like this. They didn't have built-in closets to keep skeletons in. You relieve the furniture of its contents, none of which are skeletal unless you count the coat hanger. I mean, I suppose you can think of it that way. A shelf of books about sports. See if there's anything interesting. Kicking things for fun and profit. They're mostly about dedicated sports you've never heard of. Fire hockey? Full contact curling? 43-man squamish? But you do find one about kicking techniques. You read the book and get better at kicking. After you finish, you realize that all the pages in the book are written on both sides, so you only got half the info. Want to read the rest? If you do, punt will deal 2 more damage and reduce mysticality by 2 more. Sure. You read the remaining pages of the book and learn how to kick with both legs. You practice by kicking the book off the end of a pier. Where did I find a pier? There's a little jewelry box on this table. Open it. A knobby ring. Knew you will reduce stats by 1 additional point. And turquoise earrings. These beautiful but ostentatious earrings make it so the rest of your body wants to keep up with the Joneses, who in this context are your ears, Margaret and William Jones. Fancy nightstand. Search it. Match, match, and a disappointing padlock key. You're hoping this key would be much fancier. Bed looks inviting, but nobody seems to have accepted the invitation for quite some time. This cedar chest is key and easily big enough to hide a skeleton in, or even a whole body. Look through the drawers. Radium rouge. Look in the mirror. Trying to get rid of that crazy look on my face. And it's also time to call this a video. I am the Blues 32. This is Shadows over Loathing. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.